Hello there. For this video, I just thought I'd talk about why we picked the Q4 E-Tron when we were looking for our family EV. So at the time we started looking for an EV, we had a BMW 520 diesel and a couple of Land Rovers. And the BMW was perfect for my wife's commute, where she was up and down the motorway. And she got a job in the city, so we switched the BMW for a Citroen C3. And around about this time, the Discovery started to get to the stage where it was going to need a lot of work on the chassis for corrosion and things. So we decided we would get rid of the Discovery and run the Freelander as the family car for a bit. Around about that time, our employer started a salary sacrifice scheme which gave incentives for EVs. So we took the plunge and replaced the C3 with a BMW i3, which was fantastic. As soon as we got it, we realised EV was probably the way to go, and we started looking at other options. So we looked at the Kia E-Niro, first of all. We decided the boot was a little bit small for what we're needing for the dogs and camping and stuff. We had a look at the Model 3, because at that point I didn't realise it was saloons, not ideal for the dogs. Model Y would have been perfect at that point, but it wasn't available in the UK. And when it did become available after we'd already got the Audi ordered, it was significantly more expensive than the Audi. We also considered the Volvo XC40 and the Mustang Mach, but both of those were significantly more expensive than the Audi. And again, we were a bit concerned about boot space in those. Same with the Ioniq 5, fabulous looking car, but we thought the boot was a bit shallow for the dogs that we had. So we started looking at the MEB platform cars, like the Enyaq and the ID4 and the Q4 E-Tron, all of which offered basically the same running gear through work. They were virtually identical on cost per month, so it came down to little preferences. We eventually went for the Q4 because I didn't like the heating controls in the ID4 that we looked at, and the Enyaq was going to take over a year to come, and I managed to get the spec of Q4 that we wanted within 3 months. So space-wise, the boot's not quite as big as the Enyaq, 65 litres smaller, but in reality, you can still cram a huge amount of stuff in there. And interior space, other than the boot, is pretty much identical for all the MEB cars. So I've not had any problem cramming stuff in there. The other thing we liked was the interior just was a bit more conventional, and it had heating and ventilation controls that were physical buttons. For what we were looking for, the Q4 has been ideal. It's not the fastest in the class, it's not the most expensive or the cheapest in the class, and it's not the roomiest and it's not the smallest in the class, but it's a great all-rounder. I think that's true for all the cars we looked at as well. I think they're all great all-rounders in their own ways. It's just finding the right combination to suit your needs. That's the key. That's all we've got for today. Thanks for watching.